everybody, it's Danielle here from dkwstyling, and I am here with Rochelle, my sister,
from rstyling.
And we specialize in hair extensions on natural beaded rows, and we do a lot of videos together. And in this video, we're going to get really serious. We are going to talk about
hair extensions.
And
the different techniques, the different styles, the different ways,
the
different
reality,
methods, the reality of hair extensions.
Like, let's be honest. When you see a method and it says absolutely no damage, I feel like it's important for girls to kind of know the truth based on our experience. So how we do natural beaded rows is it's basically a track done with beads sewn onto your hair, and I believe that the less in your hair, the better on your hair, but you still want fullness, you want the nice result. Well, and I feel like there's a lot of methods out there that they look really, really good, but it's all about the wear and tear and the integrity of your hair.
Absolutely.
So just to kind of name, I'm not going to actually specifically name ones that I've done, but let's just say with hair extensions, you have your single bonded methods, and there's like 20 different ways to do it.
Yeah.
There's pre-tipped, keratin, pre-bonded, bead-in, there's like shrinkies, and I've tried them all. We both kind of tried them on ourselves, used ourselves as kind of a guinea pig. Yeah, because that's the best way to experiment and find out what you like, how it holds up, and things like that. So basically, and then there's the tape-ins or the tabs or skin wefts or whatever you want to call them, which is like 2 sheets of hair. And they say tape. Let's be honest, it's glue.
Yeah, it kind of has the...
It's tacky.
Yeah.
It's glue. So with trying all these methods, this is kind of my truth about extensions is the less areas that you attach them to your hair, the better on your hair it's going to be. But we all want really nice, full hair.
Absolutely.
We want the best results that you can possibly get.
With the least amount of time, with the least amount of damage, with the best look, we want the whole package. And to hide well. Yes.
I feel like with, we both have similar hair, it's kind of a fine texture. And I would say a lot of girls with fine hair, those are the ones that want extensions, but those are the ones that are nervous and scared and they don't know what to try, and you go and you Google what extensions are best for fine hair or just in general. And so tell me, Rochelle, with your experience, what is probably your favorite thing about these and why do you love them?
Because to me, it's the best thing out there.
It's just easy.
It's easy. It looks phenomenal. It looks natural. It's not extremely damaging on your hair. It's just like the best of all worlds with extensions wrapped into one.
I just feel like, my real hair is never going to grow as long as my hair extensions. And hair extensions are huge and have been for the last decade. And they're not really going to go away.
No.
But they've gotten better over the years, as have we gotten better over the years. And so hands-on experience is, kind of trumps all. But what's important with extensions also is color. Would you agree?
The color, the placement, the blending, I always say it's like a package.
Absolutely. I see a lot of people who put the extensions in, but maybe they don't specialize in color or they're not real comfortable with even cutting. And that's when maybe they're put in okay, but they just, you can tell they're hair extensions because the color and the cut just doesn't really match up.
Yeah.
Another thing I see with blondes is a lot of times they just do an all-over solid blonde. In mine, I'm a blonde, and I probably have 4 different shades mixed in, as do you.
Yeah, and I'm a brunette, and I have different shades of brown and blonde and caramel.
I just think it's important to get the color right, to get the cut right, and just like you said, kind of just a package deal. The other thing that I want to talk about really, really quick, so with single bonds, you have to put so many on your hair to equal the same amount of hair, right? It's a little bit trickier to cut them too, because the minute you cut into them, a razor or slide cut or whatever you're going to do to those, you have to be careful not to take too much out.
Absolutely. And to me, they separate a little bit.
I call it the noodle effect.
Yes, absolutely.
So the only time that I can say that you can't tell that is somebody naturally has thick hair and they're just using it as a filler because their hair kind of weighs down. It doesn't really separate as much. But if your hair is shorter and fine, it has the separation, the noodle effect. One thing I want to talk about the tabs or the tape-ins. I thought those looked okay. One thing I struggled with myself with those when I learned them about 5 years ago, and I had them in my hair as well as clients' hairs for a couple years actually. So I felt like I had pretty good experience with them. And I just felt like they lifted. I would go 2 or 3 weeks and they lifted, and if you didn't put enough hair in between the tape, it literally was ripping my hair right off.
For me, I felt like they were hard to hide.
Hard to pull your hair up.
Yeah.
A lot of times with hair extension hair, us with fine hair, our crown is kind of shorter, right? So people keep placing them higher, but sure, it looks good when your hair is completely styled, but the minute that the hair moves, it's a dead giveaway that you have extensions. So why not cut into it, layer it, play with the color more, get it to blend, so that if your hair moves, you can place them lower and you can't see them.
It's all about looking natural,
yeah.
Having movable hair, being able to pull it up, and having it versatile.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to spend 8 hours at the salon. They want something that's quick, that looks good, that keeps the integrity of the hair.
But let's be honest in saying extensions are high maintenance. They're expensive.
They are high maintenance, but the one thing that my clients always say is, I don't have to wash my hair as often, and I don't have to style my hair as often. I'll curl it, and it will last 2 or 3 days.
I mean, even my clients with thick hair that have hair extensions, I'm like, you have great hair, but they're like, I know, but I love these. It makes it easier. It holds the curl, and so I get it. The hair's a little bit more dry, and that's
every day is a good hair day.
Every day,
you wake up and
even when you don't think it is.
Yeah, it makes your hair look better. It looks better in hats. It just overall is a more flattering look on most.
I mean, if you have amazing hair naturally, we have hair envy, trust me. But the other way to feel beautiful, to feel sexy, is extensions, and you want them to look as best as they possibly can. So that's kind of our experience with different types and techniques. As far as extensions go in general, I feel like it's key to have them maintained every 6 weeks.
Absolutely.
This does not just mean have them tightened. If you need new hair, you replace it. If you need color, you do it. It's got to be a package deal on a regular 6 weeks basis.
And mostly with my clients, they'll come in, they're at a point where they'll come in and say, what do you think? And I'm like, I love that, because I'm able to just do what I feel like looks best, and make them happy without them having to tell me.
Well, when my clients come in, I'm like, let me tell you what I would do if your hair was mine.
Yeah.
And it might cost a little bit more, but if that was mine, that's what I would do.
And
they
appreciate
that
trust.
Yeah. Too. And I think, too, when it comes down to it, if you are honest and you build that trust, in the end, they know what they're committing to, and they just want it to look good. So if it's adding a piece of new hair here and there, if you know something's going to look better and represent your work better.
Absolutely.
So that is kind of our just experience as far as why we love these, the maintenance of them, the wear and tear. We actually just did ours today, so they look refreshed and that kind of thing. The one thing I want to tell you about blonde hair extensions is I feel like with blonde hair extensions, they'll go in, they'll get their partial weave or whatever, and then they buy all blonde hair and they put it in, and that's what makes it look like a Barbie doll.
Absolutely.
I
really like the soft caramel tones in blondes as well as brunettes.
With extensions, it just looks more natural.
Absolutely.
I've been blonder in the past, but when I look back at videos and pictures, I still feel blonde, but it's just a softer honey caramel blonde, and I've noticed even with colors, soft dimensional color is in right now. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
I'm sick of the faded out ends that we're calling balayage or ombre. Are you not?
I just like a more soft look. Just a more natural.
Yeah, and we don't love, like I've been referring to a lot of my colors as seamless color. And what I would say with that is it's seamless. There's not a stopping or a starting point.
There's not like a stripe
it flows.
Color, yeah.
And I prefer face framing highlights because it like makes it pop. And you feel like you didn't just go in for an all-over color. Like, even on my browns and my blondes, like I just love doing a few face framing kind of on the ends. But it's not your faded balayage or ombre. And I feel like that's kind of the hot colors, especially going into fall. I think it's just going to be soft caramels, rich tones, and seamless color. So anyways, you guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for visiting my bathroom in Arizona. And to tune into more of my videos, you can go to dkwstyling on YouTube, hit subscribe. I also have a blog where I post tons of fashion, hair products, tutorials, things like that. And I'm also going to be coming out with an online education for Natural Beaded Rows. So check back on DKW Styling next month for that. I'm really, really excited for that. Kind of putting a hold on the whole hairline thing and pushing education right now because I honestly believe it's a win-win situation for everybody. I believe it's win-win for the clients. I believe it's win-win for the stylists. And we want to help. Yep. So anyways, thanks for watching, you guys. Tune into more of our videos, and we'll see you next time. Welcome! This is too much.
It's just too much.
Well, these would be our outtakes.
What do you mean? They should be our intakes.
That looks good.
Thanks. I'm specialized things
on a method you created called Natural Beaded Rows.
Right.
Hello! Okay.
Stop. You beat them on natural. for my video. Where do we look? Right there, that green dot?
Yeah, don't look at yourself.
Okay. I like to look at myself.
Good morning and welcome.
It feels like morning.
Okay. Start. Yeah, hold on. Hey.
Oh my god.
I can't do it. Let's just roll. Hey everybody, it's Danielle from dkwstyling, and I have a special guest in my bathroom. Okay, let's do this. It's not that funny. Good afternoon and welcome. Breaking news with hair extensions. Okay. I'm serious.
Okay, let's do this.
I look really white. Hold on. Done.